beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dahna, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Fahria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Fahria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Fahria's betrothed. Despite Fahria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Fahria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Fahria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Dahnans there would still be suffering under Renin oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined Law would have a knack for husbandry.
Makes sense since they're on the same wavelength.
You're making me blush over here.
Law, maybe you should consider what that statement actually means.
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menastia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they've got one.
It's almost too strong! Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
I'll smash you!
My shield! Pull back!
In a bind?
An Astral Arch?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Lunar corruption!
Here I come! Lunar escape! Burn in hell!
All disasters
You're mine!
Hot spear!
Blow them away!
I'll heal you all!
Down! Raging Lunar Storm! Carve through armor!
Healing circle!
You're mine!
Lightning orb!
Damn it! Raging Lunar Storm!
I'll heal you all this one! Lightning hand! I'll take it from here! Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Photon Flash!
Take it!
Light
You're mine! Try this! Meanwhile, Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Vholran.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Vholran, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Coming through! You're mine!
May a thousand gales carry in a train! Lunar corruption! This one's mine! Rusty nail!
No further! Yours to be let free!
These ones can reach around us!
Captivity!
Cyan instant!
Incineration wave!
First aid!
I'm ready! Dohalim! In an instant! Impact block! Snake of the abyssal deep!
Take it!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
To me! A wild banshee of lightning!
Plasma shock!
In here!
Lunar rondo!
And add it to the fray!
Soaring light spear!
Chinese neutrino!
I can carve through armor!
More with that can't
Resonate with the earth!
Plasma that in here! Radiant! Here! Do it!
Blow them away!
A whirling struggle! Magic is on!
You picked the wrong fight! Raging Lunar Storm! Take this!
Do it! I'll be safe! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! With this, I can become even stronger!
Let's see what you've got.
You're mine!
Begin!
Elusive deity! Crush! Try this last!
I think I'll pass on the hand.
Try harder! Now! I'm not done!
Begin!
That'll bring you down.
Benediction. Take this!
Thunder field!
Denied!
Here, let me hammer that hit.
Resonate with the earth!
Not on my watch.
Azure Storm!
Oh, violent fire wind. Carve down through all. Here's a healing art. I'll be saving this one.
Shattering the pieces!
Downfall! Maelstrom! Lunar corruption! By the power of blood! Annihilate! Vanquish darkness! I'll heal you all!
Slot! Try
Healing
this!
from
Elusive
where are you going?
Can you take it?
This one's all mine!
Raging storm! Burning strike! Glacial spear!
Raging Luna Storm!
I can handle it! Freeze land! Raging cascade!
Mirage!
Magic is out!
You picked the wrong fight!
Back into the photon flash!
Begin! No further!
Downfall!
I'll smash you!
Plasma shock!
Mega
Raging Luna Storm!
Annihilation! Raging cascade!
Resonate with the earth!
Sleep now!
This should do it!
On your
Fire instant! I'm all stopped up! Annihilate and rend! Where are you going?
Raining slash! It's good
Divine! I can do this all day!
Eat dirt!
I'll heal you all!
You apart! Plasma shock!
Cascade swirl! Here goes!
negative
I'm
hit!
entering
Take
the
this!
fray! Annihilation! Metal!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop! Fury flame! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial shield!
Take
Here's
this!
evil!
Far enough! It's go time!
Freeze lancer! Raging cascade!
Ignite!
Elusive deity!
I'll heal you all!
Hitting pile driver!
Incineration wave!
Does it hurt? Healing
Hitting
circle!
pile driver!
Try harder! Not again! Azure Storm!
Clear for us!
You're mine!
Aqua surface! Now you see what I can do!
Another incantation
You're
ruined.
mine!
This one's mine! Raging cascade!
Azure Storm!
Raging Luna Storm!
Flame inside me yearns to be let free!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Take it!
Bestow thy
You're
mystic
mine!
mercy!
Vanquish
Flame
Darkstorm! They're dead!
Now! I owe you one!
Lunar blast!
Can't get out of this!
Divine streak! I can do this all day!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A hard-won victory.
Go no further!
Fire in the hole! I see one! What the?
Lunar corruption!
Radiant
That may prove a thorn in our side.
Engaging!
Reflect thy light!
Far enough!
Release even fast! Execution wave!
I'll be saving this one!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, Liquor March
Too
can handle
fast!
this!
10-pack!
Burn!
I'll strip it up!
That'll bring you down!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield! Where's the finish?
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Oh, violent starting
The enemy needs us too!
You'll soon see about that!
Raging, prepare to be sealed! Raging Luna Storm! Instinct in your face! Raging Luna Storm! Begin!
Another incantation ruined.
Eat dirt!
Begin!
Raging storm! Now! Fire support! Thunder King!
Seismic rupture!
Plasma
I'll
shock!
grind you into dust!
Lunar corruption!
In an instant! Impact block!
I'm ready for the next battle! forgive you!
Here I come!
Snake of the abyss.
Now you'll learn!
Flame of fury! Burning! That'll bring you down! Raging
Take
storm!
this.
They really don't give up, do they?
You got spirit!
I enter the
Armor
shadows!
won't save you.
Here goes! Mega Ray! By the power of water!
Captivity.
Take this!
Vanquish darkness! None will escape my
Dance on the wind. Snake of the abyssal deep. Clear for us a path.
Divine retreat!
Bongo! Soaring
I'm
right
ready.
here! Dohalim! In an instant! Impact block!
Chain between heaven and
You're
earth!
mine! Blast
A
the
wailing
shock!
banshee of lightning! Radiant
Take it.
Here I come! Lunar
Lord,
Weaver!
save you! Dance in the
Blast
wind!
the shock!
Air thrust!
This one's all mine! Soaring light spear!
Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Lewis,
Burning strike! Spear!
Eat this!
Evil! Lightning
Blast
orb!
the shock!
Raging cascade!
You're mine!
Ready and
Blah
ready.
blah blah! Your air thrust!
Lewis! Orochi Fury!
Hear me!
I'm ready.
Flame of fury! Astral energy! Full throttle!
I need to be stronger. Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Gotta break through!
Leave the charges to me. Begin. Take this.
Burning strike!
Glacial spear!
Evil!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
This one's mine!
Glacial spear!
Raging cascade!
Our hearts will be interrupted.
Chain between heaven
You
and
picked the
earth!
wrong fight!
Here's a healing arc!
So you clamor for my true power?
First aid!
Your death.
Shining supernova! Hit! Go get him! Hear me! Lightning fury! Burning strike!
Behold, the earth pulse. Tectonic vision. Benediction light.
Vanquish darkness!
You're mine! I'm not done!
Lunar corruption! Divine retreat!
Rending you apart.
Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust!
Thunder field!
Hurricane
Here goes.
Thrust!
Healing go get him!
Green bathed in blood.
Gravitons
You apart.
Azure Storm! You picked the wrong fight!
I never miss!
Take this.
Orochi Fury!
Healing darkness! First aid!
I'll smash you.
For me.
Destruction! Eternal Damage! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Orochi Fury!
Elusive deity.
Greater field!
Soaring blood.
You're mine!
Permanent render!
Get this!
Oh, stop it! Thanks, Kisara!
Escape! Hurricane Thrust! Burn in hell!
Shining supernova! Thunder field! Vanquish darkness!
Transform!
That'll bring you down!
Try this!
Divine streak! Here, let me help. Here's a healing arc. First aid! Just wait! Lightning!
No further.
I'm out of Permanent render! Let me help.
And more than anything in armor is all mine.
Lord of the Stockpile!
Everlasting
Burn in hell!
Tidal wave!
Negative gate.
Glacial spear!
Activity.
Plasma shock!
Thunder field!
Lunar Rondo! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this!
Shining
Dragon
Now
Swarm!
you see what I can do. Begin. Snake of the abyssal
Raging
deep.
cascade!
Clear for us a path.
That'll bring you down!
Aqua serpent.
Rising Wyvern! Soaring light to it!
Lunar corruption!
Not today!
Lunar blast!
Captivity.
Finish it!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more healing for now. No.
Out of our way!
You're Try harder!
None shall escape my judgment!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Soaring light spear!
Ray!
Mirage!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
None
Take
shall
it!
escape my judgment!
You're mine! I have no
Incantation
limits!
ruined. Don't suffer in silence.
Ray!
Infernal Torrent! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Not in your dreams! Here goes!
Rising Wyvern!
My watch is being interrupted.
Mirage! Dragon Torrent! Burn!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Fairy circle.
Wind!
That'll bring you down!
Mystic!
Blow them away!
Lunar corruption! By the power of water! Vanquish darkness! Lunar corruption!
Hurricane Thrust!
Elusive deity.
Gemini Aqua! Divine Street!
Take this!
None shall escape my judgment!
In a bind.
Ray! I'll heal you all!
Elusive deity. Soaring blast.
Here goes!
Elusive deity. I'm ready.
Hurricane Thrust!
Blow them away.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Hi, Hoodle!
Bring it down!
To
be let free!
Thunder Field! Lightning!
I won't show you any mercy!
Lunar corruption! By the power of water! Vanquish darkness! Where are you going? Fire support! A freezing storm! Ice tornado! Shattering pieces! You'll be in my way! Don't give up! Mega ray! May 1,000 gales carry the
Another incantation ruined.
Hear me! Going down! Oh, violent guarding wind! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Listen to it!
I'll heal you all!
Demon Fang!
Ready for healing circle!
I'll smash you.
I owe you one.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Right, here goes! For my lord!
Denied!
Your mark!
Raging lunar storm.
Blade!
Resonate with the earth.
I'm the true gunslinger around here! Vanquish darkness!
This one's mine!
Not in your dreams! Glacial spear! Vanquish darkness!
Bestow thy mystic mercy. Flush.
Freeze Lancer!
Destruction! I owe you one!
Red
Demon
demon!
Fang!
Lunar corruption!
Try this!
By the power do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Fall back.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! You're mine!
This one's mine!
Now we're not.
Lunar Thunder Field! Lunar Blast!
Can't get out of this.
Head! Go get it!
Raging lunar storm.
Bullseye!
Burn in hell!
Nothing gets by me! Sweet dreams!
Be still!
Healing! Raging Heaven!
Serpent.
My shield!
Flush.
Watch and permanent render! By the power
Take it. Dance on the wind.
Finish it!
Hey. Blow them away.
Here I go!
Swallow blade! Infernal turret!
With this, I can become even stronger!
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dahna's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dahna from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dahna or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Fahria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Fahria to control Zugals like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugals, then we get some answers.
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Infernal turret!
I'm all sucked up
Take this!
by the power of struggle.
Heal!
I owe you one.
Take this!
One more.
Now you see what I can do!
The flame inside me
Take
yearns
with
to be let free!
Deny!
Eat dirt!
Divine! Too much to handle! First aid! This one's mine!
Demon Plague!
Oh, violent burn!
On your knees!
By the power of water!
Air pressure!
You're lying!
Bloody
Healing art! That'll bring you down!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Vanquish darkness! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Take it!
Divine strength!
Can you take it?
Take it!
Lunar corruption!
Rising Wyvern!
By the power of water!
No further!
Spirit flame! Take this!
Destroy by mystic mercy.
Armor won't save you! Leave the charges to me!
Internal devastation!
Out of one! Shining supernova!
Rising water! Left one! Burn!
That'll bring you down! Denied!
Double demon fang!
Corruption!
The abyssal
Vanquish
for us
darkness!
a path!
Will this help?
Sword Rain Alpha! Raining blast! Internal devastation! Flaming fury! To be let free!
Freeze Lancer!
Ignite! Now! Freely!
Take it down!
Take this! Blast the
Need to
shock!
pull myself together. Divine! Release!
Soaring light spirit!
Downfall! Take this again!
Dragon Lord! Mystic mercy! Shattering up pieces!
I never miss!
I can carve through armor!
He who prepares is free.
Freezing storm!
Resonate with the earth!
Stalagmite! I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray!
Air pressure! You're mine!
Ready to go! Far enough!
Stop! Elusive storm! Demon Fang! Eat dirt!
Vanquish darkness!
Tornado drive!
By the power of water!
Lightning!
Divine stream! Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Take it! And again!
Lowering Alpha!
Vanquish darkness!
In a vine!
Eat dirt!
Demon Fang!
That'll bring you down! Divine stream!
It's gonna attack!
Laser right! Watch out!
Everlasting dark! This one's mine!
Vanquish darkness! Here's evil!
Take this! Be still! Bloody hollow! Laser storm! I can carve through armor! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Into the shadows!
Double Demon Fang!
Mega ray!
Blade!
Here, let me help! First
Azure
aid!
Storm! Demon Fang!
Vanquish darkness! I can handle it!
Eternal
Far enough!
devastation! Demon Fang!
Divine stream! Where are you going?
You're mine!
Searing blade!
Escape!
Reload!
Lunar Rondo! Take this! Soaring Light Spear!
Shining
Take off!
water! Thunder Deal! Gemini Alpha!
Heal!
Searing blade! Reload!
You picked the wrong fight!
Vanquish darkness! Out of ammo! Back into the
everlasting darkness! Negative gate!
Divine stream! Here!
Blast the shock! Air pressure!
I never miss!
You're on!
Will this help?
Elusive deity in
Healing
order!
Vholran! Shining
Hidden ray!
by the power of water!
Dragon Form! Not
Vanquish
today!
darkness! I'm almost impressed!
High praise coming from you.
Here, I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Now or never!
It's weakened!
vine! This ends now!
Shining supernova! Thunder Deal! It's in the sky, it's mine! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! The flame inside is yours to be let free! Back to the blade!
I'm
Double Demon
sorry.
Fang! Stay away from my friends! I'll grind you with the
Confrontation!
Slap the shot!
Take it!
Elusive deity! Begin! Lunar Rondo! Tornado drive! Take this! Benediction
Mega Ray! I can't heal you forever!
Armor won't save you! Rising Water! Be still!
This is looking good! Only getting started! By the power of water! Let the marksman handle this!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop!
No further! The flame inside me! Your eyes are even wider!
I'm
You
sorry!
picked the wrong fight!
Couldn't make it in time.
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! Now it's just her! Fahria! Can you hear me? Fahria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Fahria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Fahria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Fahria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Fahria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Fahria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Fahria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dahna's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe... Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that? If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dahna.
But the will of Dahna is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions, I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dahna's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dahna's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time first. I want to make sure I go into whatever comes next completely prepared.
That vision we saw, it was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dahna might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dahna's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent. Soon, we might very well have to be ready to face anything. I'm determined to save Shion and Dahna. Nothing I learn can change that. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Dahnan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Dahnan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign!
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Vholran.
Vholran? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Vholran are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the sovereign, and Vholran as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now. Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dahna. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dahna's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony, the purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That at least would hold the astral energy dormant, assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dahna. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice? speaking through her.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Xion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Xion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Dahnans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dahna.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Dahnans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Dahnan astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Vholran! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in the machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dahna.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dahna's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Thanks.
Raging Cat Art Sealed!
Here I come.
Thank you. I'm here!
Shattering of pieces!
Here I come. Try harder. Now.
No
Take
dawn.
it.
On your
Plasma shot.
Out of ammo! This one's mine! Vanquish darkness!
You picked the wrong fight!
Radiant Pit! I'll heal you all! Divine Streak! Searing Flame!
In a bind!
Double demon fight!
Annihilation! Oh, violent darting wind!
Raging
Oh,
lunar
violent
storm!
darting wind! Oh, violent darting wind! Ready to go! I'm going to need
Here! Everlasting darkness! Make it escape!
You're mine!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Rising
Now you see what I can do!
coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Azure Storm!
Far enough! Let the marksman handle
Not
this!
today!
Everlasting
Annihilation!
dark!
Mega
Soaring
ray! This one's mine! Vanquish darkness! By the power of again!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Eruption!
Thanks!
Thanks!
Hurricane Thrust!
Vanquish darkness!
Hurricane Thrust!
Lunar corruption! Divine! She must
Bestow thy
handle
mystic mercy! Prepare to be seized! Allow me to help!
Not today!
None shall escape my
Seismic rupture!
This should do it!
Captivity!
Lightning Thrust!
Elusive deity! In a bind!
You're mine!
Oh, violent darting
Begin!
wind!
Elusive deities!
You're mine! You're mine!
Attack side!
Here's the evil!
I'll smash you! Denied! Seismic rupture!
This one's mine! Vanquish darkness!
Clear for us a
Ignite!
path!
Here I go! I'm only getting ready! Divine Streak!
Take this! Double demon fang!
By the power of water! Annihilation! Reload!
Eternal
Let me
devastation!
help! First aid!
Captivity!
Vanquish darkness!
Carried away!
There!
Divine Streak! I don't even know the word defeat.
Benediction light!
It's on! Not today!
Vanquish darkness! A freezing storm!
In a bind!
Ice tornado! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! This one's mine!
Elusive deity!
That'll bring you down!
Eating wildfire!
Gotcha! I'm all stopped up!
Elusive
Annihilation!
Eating wildfire!
Mega ray!
Flame
Annihilation!
inside me yearns to be let free!
Vanquish darkness!
Burn in hell!
Here!
Scream, bathed
Radiant!
in blood!
You're mine!
Rending you
Lightning
apart!
Lightning! Downfall! Damn it!
There!
Out of ammo!
Azure Storm!
Raging lunar
Demon
storm!
fang! Swordwind!
Sorry, healing!
Snake of the
Step back
abyssal
into the
deep!
fray!
Clear for us a path!
Annihilation!
Imbued
By
in
the
venom
power of
soul
No
of life!
escape!
Resuscitation!
Let the
heart
whole
being
building
interrupted.
in me!
No escape!
In your death.
Try harder!
I could do without this pain!
Raging storm!
Take this!
Lightning!
Elusive
I can
deity!
handle it!
Begin!
Just what the doc ready! Mega ray! Lightning power of water! I never miss!
Thanks! I can carve through armor!
Thunder blade! Ready to go!
No further!
Not in your dreams! Huh. Close one! Gotcha! Silence!
No dawn shall
Searing
break
flame!
this
Reload!
night!
Double demon fang!
Searing flame! Reload! Vanquish darkness!
Denied!
Burn in hell!
Snake of the
Divine
abyssal
healing!
deep!
None shall escape my judgment!
Sorry,
You're on!
You do the same to me! Searing flame! Reload!
heal!
Double demon
Here's into the freezing storm! Vanquish darkness!
No dawn shall break this night!
Searing flame! Reload! Vanquish darkness! Eat dirt!
Take this!
This one's mine!
Dragon Form!
Elusive deity!
Divine Streak!
Eating wildfire!
It's go time! Is this it?
Don't give up! Field! I'll bring you back from depths of day! Vanquish darkness!
Take this! Elusive deity!
Vanquish darkness!
Not done yet.
Leave the charges to me! Far enough! Divine Streak!
Bathed in blood, rending you
I'm
apart,
only getting
bloody
started.
howling! On your
Blade! Double Eruption!
Incineration
By
wave!
the power of water! Radiant Vanquish Darkness!
The tempest is I'm not
Lunar Corruption! By the
You picked the wrong fight!
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friend!
Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Let me show you what my art can do! I never miss!
I can carve through armor! Demon Fang!
Searing flame! Reload!
Demon Fang! Can't end here!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Close one! Gotcha!
From beyond, imbue
Mega
this
Man!
vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation!
Ready to go! Forward up! Go! Vanquish Dark getting started! Here, let me help!
You're mine!
Divine Streak!
Let's stop!
Burning Strike!
Captivity! Slut! Can't get out of this! Here I come! Lewis! Begin!
Supernova!
My life is yours to be let free! Pile driver!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Let's
A wailing Dancy of lightning! Divine Eater!
Eagle Wave!
Where are you going?
Anything in armor is all mine!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Have this wall ray! Tunnel! Light Astral Lightning Condemned! Thunder Corruption!
What? Swallow Blade!
Kizara! Go for it! Prepare to crumble! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Elfin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dahna, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dahna. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Dahnan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Vholran. They were logged 300 years apart, And yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Vholran was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dahna. Just like us. Isn't that right, Vholran?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dahna are meaningless distinctions. He and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
It's too late! We can't stay here!
We need to go! Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Vholran... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Fahria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renus Alma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Vholran mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renus Alma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dahna. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Vholran to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Vrennans or Dahnans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Vholran. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Dahnan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Vholran, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
A bit trash.
Engaging!
Retreat is the best strategy.
I'm going in! Bring him down!
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Doe?
You two.
Fahria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnagin, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Fahria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd—
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord, and the only one left is... Ah, very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Fahria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits. Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. but in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menencia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind. Did we really just spend that much money? Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.